Hello, welcome to Math with Mr. Dobrescu to the rescue. Today we are going to simplify negative exponents and we are going to solve some challenging problems. Part 3. Okay, let's take a look at this problem here. We have a to the 4th times b to the 10 times 2 to the 13 divided by b to the 8 times 2 to the 9th power. Based on the laws of exponents, we have a to the 4th, the only one, so a to the 4th is going to stay in the answer, times, and then now we have more b's on the top. We have 10 b's on the top and 8 b's on the bottom, so we are going to use the quotient of powers property. Based on that property, we are going to keep the base, which is b, so times b, and here we are going to subtract the exponents, 10 minus 8, and then times, again, we have more 2's on the top, so keep the base, which is 2, and 13 minus 9 at the top. 13 minus 9. And of course, we don't have any more the denominator because the denominator is gone now because we used the laws of exponents. Let's see what we have now. A to the 4th is going to stay in the answer. A to the 4th. B to the 10 minus 8 become 2 times b to the 2nd power and times 2, 13 minus 9 becomes 4. So that's our final answer. Okay, this is our final answer, and again, we have only positive exponents in our answer. A to the 4th, b to the 2nd times 2 to the 4th, and then usually we put the whole numbers first. So we are going to keep the whole numbers first, and if we multiply 2 to the 4th, since this is a small number, this becomes 2 times 2 times 2 and times 2. And all of this together, that's a 4. This is a 4, and 4 times 4 becomes 16. So actually the final answer is going to be 16, a to the 4th, b to the 2nd power. Okay? Let's take a look at another example here. Another challenging example. Here we have a couple of negative exponents. Okay? So let's see what we are going to do here. First of all, we are going to bring all the negative exponents to the bottom because x to the negative 4 and y to the negative 3 actually belong to the bottom. Remember, they are unhappy on the top. We are going to move them on the bottom. And now they become happy. So now we have a to the 4th, y to the 3rd power, okay? And x to the negative 3, it's unhappy on the bottom. So now we are going to move it to the numerator and becomes happy. X to the 3rd power right there. And we are done with those. Those are done. And the other ones are going to stay in the answer for now. Times 2 times p to the 4th power. And then we have times 3 times p to the 2nd power and times y to the 4th power. And now let's see what we have. So let's continue here. We are going to use more laws of exponents. But first of all, here we see that y to the 3rd power and y to the 4th power, we are going to solve it together. Remember, we keep the base and add the exponents. And here we have x to the 4th power, keep it away for now, x to the 4th power, let's solve this, so times y to the 7th power, 3 plus 4 is 7, times y to the 7th power, okay, and we still have the 3 and the p squared, times p squared, right, and remember we bring the 3 in the beginning right here, because the whole numbers, usually we keep them first. Okay, we keep the whole numbers first and then we go in alphabetical order. Now let's see at the top. At the top we have now x to the 3rd power, x to the 3rd power, and remember 2 goes in the beginning, times 2, and times p to the 4th power. Okay, now let's see what we have. And now remember 2 and 3, we cannot simplify it anymore. So 2 and 3 are going to stay in the answer. 2 and 3 right there. And where do we have more x's? On the bottom or on the top? And we see that we see more x's on the bottom here. We have 4 x's here and 3 on the top. So now we are going to use the laws of exponents. So we have here, because we have more x's on the bottom, x stays on the bottom, but now we are going to subtract 4 minus 3. So to the power of 4 minus 3, because we have more of them on the bottom, okay? So 2 was done, 3 was done, x's are done now, and let's go for the p, right? We have more p's on the top, right? So here on the top, we're gonna have times p to the power of 4 minus 2. 4 minus 2, okay? So the p's are going to be done now. And we still have y to the 7 times y to the 7th power. And now let's see what we get as a final answer. So remember, we still have the fraction here because 2 is happy on the top and 3 is happy on the bottom. And on the top we have 4 minus 2 becomes 2. So 2 times p squared, and here 4 minus 3 becomes 1, so times x, and don't forget times y to the 7th power, and now we can say that we are done. So this is our final answer. 2 times p to the 2nd power divided by 3 times x times y to the 7th power. And please check our work to make sure we did it right. Even Albert Einstein said that if you make a mistake, it means that you are learning something new. Because when we make a mistake, that means we are learning something new. And of course, in the beginning, we are going to make a mistake. But check our work, make sure we did it right. And if we did it right, great. We get thumbs up, and then we move to the next question. Let's see our last challenging problem here. We have 3a to the 3rd power times b to the negative 1 times c to the negative 1, all divided by a to the negative 4th, b to the 0 times c to the 0. Let's solve this using the quotient of powers property, okay? We see that 3 is the only one at the top, so 3 is going to stay at the top, so we have 3 times. Let's look at the a. Okay, remember, based on the quotient of product property, we are going to keep the base, which is a, and we are going to subtract the exponents. So we have a to the power of 3 minus, but we have another negative 4 on the bottom. We are going to do this a little differently because we are using that law of exponents. Times b to the power of negative 1 minus 0, right? Negative 1 minus 0, okay? And times c to the power of negative 1 minus 0. Now we know that any number or any variable raised to the power of 0, it's actually 1. We know that. But let's still use the laws of exponents and see if we get the answer. Let's see what we get here. So we have 3 times a to the power of 3, negative times a negative becomes a positive. 3 plus 4 times b to the power of negative 1 minus 0 is still negative 1, right? Anything minus 0 is still that thing. And times c to the power of negative 1, because negative 1 minus 0 is negative 1. And now we have some negative exponents that are not happy. We are going to take care of that later. So now we have 3 times a to the power of 3 plus 4 becomes 7. And times b to the negative 1, c to the negative 1. But now we know that those are unhappy exponents, and now we need to create the downstairs and upstairs by dividing the entire expression over 1, and we are going to bring these unhappy exponents to the bottom, and they become positive, okay? So our final answer should be 3a to the 7th power at the top, and on the bottom we have b to the 1st power, c to the 1st power, right? And b to the 1st power is still b, and c to the 1st power is still c. So the final answer is 3a to the 7th power divided by b times c. Okay, I hope that you are clear now and you know how to solve this type of problem. And again, please don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. All the best to you.